All right, so what's our genre this week?
Our genre?
Last week we had a whole ass horror movie. So what's our genre this week?
Romantic comedy.
Spy thriller.
No. I want to stay firmly in the horror, fantasy, dark fairy tale genre. If we could just stay here, that's where I'm nice and cozy and comfy.
I really am thinking like spy.
I mean, maybe. I mean, the kids are doing a sneaky mission into Monstra, so it could be a lot of dun 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 dun.
So when Die Hard came out,
Uh-huh.
for one, I don't think it was expected to do terribly well, because Bruce Willis is not the first person that they wanted for that role. But for another, it became a trope namer, a genre namer, which is why we wound up with Speed, Die Hard on a bus.
Yeah.
Like, it's Die Hard on whatever.
Die Hard on a train, Die Hard on a plane.
Die Hard in a whale. That's exactly where I was going with that. It's just Die Hard in a whale, and I will lose my noise if at any point someone loses their shoes or has a come to the coast.
Come to Atlas, we'll get together, have a few laughs. Okay.
And also the first My Hero Academia movie was Die Hard on an Island.
Die Hard in an anime.
Die Hard in an anime. And everyone who's seen Heroes Rising is like, shit. Like, yeah, congratulations.
Die Hard
the first My Hero, the first My Hero Academia movie is Die Hard
in an anime. I like
that. The fun
that.
part was pointing that out to someone after they'd seen the second movie and being like, oh yeah, it's this, and then being like, what? Like, yeah, you did. Okay.
Die Hard's so good.
My Hero Academia is so good.
Yes, both those things. Both those things.
RWBY is also so good, and that's why we're here today, to cry a lot.
And like I said, I love when RWBY goes full horror movie, so if we just want to stay there forever and ever and ever, I'm okay with that.
You do. I wouldn't mind a little bit of, well, not romantic comedy, I tend to not like rom-coms, but just romance.
Yeah.
In places.
Of course. You can have romance in horror. Just
not without getting someone murdered.
No,
stares at the rules of horror, walks away.
Who did this? No, I am very excited. I do want to say ahead of time, I did get spoiled for one bit in particular. Somebody on a Discord server that I'm a member of, not our Rooster Team one, but a different one, tagged me in a spoiler post. I don't know why.
Don't do that. Don't ever do that.
Especially because like, you and I are working so hard to stay off of Twitter and like other social media things until we get the chance to watch. So I did get spoiled for this one thing. I don't think it's like a deal breaker for the episode or anything like that.
Still just like,
but just to be forthcoming, I did get spoiled for one little thing, and it's just like, I've asked them not to do it again. Hopefully it won't happen again, but it's upsetting. Don't spoil people. Just like, don't, please.
If they're interested, you reach out and you say, hey, have you seen today's episode yet? And if they say,
did not.
Yeah, I know, that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying, in general, like, you reach out first and you go, hey, have you seen this movie? Hey, have you seen today's episode? Hey, this, like, you check. And if they're like, no, I haven't, but spoil me anyway, or, yeah, let's talk, then you can do the thing. But if they're like, no, I haven't seen it, don't spoil me, then you go, hey, let me know when you've seen it. I've got a fun insight to share. And then you can.
This is the second week in a row I've been spoiled for something because somebody directly messaged me about it. And last week it was while I was watching Dr. Sleep for the first time. I was an hour into the movie.
For a year.
Yeah! I was so upset. And so, like, to have it happen today with RWBY, I'm like, come on, 2 weeks in a row. Anyway.
For the most part, y'all have been chill about this.
Yeah.
And I'm going to reiterate this because I keep forgetting it, and I keep forgetting that we have new people, which, hi, new people, we love you. No spoiler. If you're coming back to this from the future, because we're recording this the day it drops, but if you are coming back to this after the end of Season 8, the end of Volume 8, the end of Volume 9, whatever, if you are going back and watching these old recordings, no spoilers for future episodes. Because there are people who do get into RWBY later than those of us who are watching it when it drops, and who do go, oh, I like this reactor. Watch an episode, watch the reaction. and alternate and stay spoiler free. So no spoilers for future episodes in the comments. For those of you who are from the future, hi. Hope everything's better there. Just no spoilers. Yeah. Just no spoilers for future episodes. Keep all commentary up to this episode and no further. And everyone who's watching this when it drops is like, it's happened. We try to be nice. We try to stay spoiler free on this channel. We are respectful. And we are good. And if you're a Trump supporter, you can fuck off. So yeah, no spoilers for future episodes. Be kind to your fellow viewers, even your fellow viewers in the future who haven't gotten here yet.
Yeah, and yeah, just be cool. It's not hard. Just be cool.
Yeah.
And if you mess up, apologize and try not to do it again.
Yeah. Like, if you fuck up, it happens. But if you're doing this purposefully, fuck off.
Anyway, live read, and then let's watch the episode before I get spoiled again. My phone is right over there.
Don't check it while we're recording.
I'm gonna flip it over. It's on silent right now. I'm gonna flip it over. On the off chance someone messages me and goes, "Hey, did you hear about this part?"
On the
while
off
we're
chance
watching.
that Siri's like, "Hey, bitch."
So I heard you hate spoilers, douche.
Siri's like, "I'm about to ruin your entire day."
Anyway, live read.
I know.
Watch episode, not be spoiled
and
anymore.
then you're good. Yes, this episode, this madness, all this fun stuff is for. Wow. Blah blah blah.
Take that, rewind it back.
Never. We go forward. Sponsored by Fred He Bakes Cookies. We need cookies right now, you guys. It's cookie season. It's good. Like, just the way the world is, cookies I think are necessary for life. He does really good cookies. He does the flagship cookie of his our brown sugar buddies. They're like a ginger snap and a spice cookie and a molasses cookie, and they're soft and they're wonderful, and I highly recommend them. Holy cow, these cookies are so good. And I've been fortunate enough to have them fresh out of the oven like twice in my life, and oh my god, you guys.
Oh, that was a good party.
That was a good party. For multiple reasons, but that was definitely one of them. But yes, brown sugar buddies, amazing. If you want more fall flavors, despite the fact that we are well into February at this point, I'm not fucking judging you. If I could do fall flavors all year round, I would. He does maple brown sugar buddies, which is all the goodness of a brown sugar buddy, and also maple. If you are not a spice cookie person, if you're more of a chocolate person, you want the big chip buddies. They are huge, they are full of chocolate chips, they are super fluffy, highly recommended. And if you're like me and you can't really decide what you want and you want a little bit of everything, he does sampler boxes so you can get a little bit of everything and then order more of your favorites, which if you are me, is also everything. Like, all of his stuff is real good, y'all.
They make for good belated Valentine's Day
They make for good
gifts.
belated Valentine's Day gifts. They make for good treat yourself. They make for good everything. Birthday, thinking of you.
Changing of the seasons.
Get well
I don't know.
soon.
It's a Tuesday. Happy Tuesday.
It's a Tuesday. Have cookies. Have cookies on days that end in Y. That is a joke that only works in the English language. Yes. Yes, if you would like these wonderful cookies, and why would you not, head over to fredhebakes.com. Everything is fresh, never frozen, baked to order. You can only get them on this website. It's 3 words, fredhebakes.com, and use coupon code KIACookies for 20% off your entire order. fredhebakes.com, coupon code KIACookies, all that info's down there. Do the thing, obtain cookies, treat yourself. You deserve it.
Brown sugar buddies for you, big chip buddies for me, and breads and spreads at a later date.
Breads and spreads at a later
I
date.
miss saying jam buds.
Eventually jam will come again.
Yeah. I do miss it though,
Yes,
so keep an
it's
eye
good
on his website for when stuff
Yeah.
like that comes back.
On the website
so I
and
can
on
say
the
jam buds again.
And also on the Instagram, because he announces things there.
Also, he posts pictures and like they immediately make me angry because I'm like, why don't I have these in my hands
Why
right
don't
now?
I have this right the fuck now? And if you would like to assuage that anger and have them right the fuck now, you can order them. And then when they arrive, you'll have them right the fuck then.
Yay!
Yay,
Do
cookies.
future you a favor.
Yes, treat future you. Future you deserves some.
All right.
Alrighty.
Before I get spoiled.
Yeah. Nope.
I just want to throw my phone across the room so that I don't get
Please don't.
spoiled or anything
Been
ever
through
again.
this. Please don't. All right, RWBY, Volume 8, Episode 9, The Witch.
Which old witch?
That one!
The Wicked Witch.
I know it's not a good thing to say, but there's a Cards Against Humanity card. It's one of the white cards, and it's just that bitch Stacy. And my brain just
That bitch
there. That bitch Stacy. All right. Click. Maybe. No. Click.
There we go.
I missed?
It's a crafty one.
Yes, the iPad screen.
You missed
is
your dex check.
Smarter.
there.
I crit failed that dex check. My God. Just You ever roll a metal D20 off a table?
Nope. I don't have any metal dice.
I have like 2. It's loud. Also, metal D20s are why dice trays exist. Do not use metal dice without its dice tray. It's that bitch, Stacy.
Stop saying that.
I know, right? I know. I love
Stop
Stacy
it.
very, very much. I accidentally quoted that in front of her once.
Why?
Admittedly, she thought it was hilarious. It's not
me.
I have quoted worse things at worse times without thinking about it, let's be real. To people who didn't get the reference. Yeah. But yeah, don't ever use metal dice without a dice tray. They tear up tables, and that's bad, and that's inconsiderate to your host and your furniture. So, always have a dice tray with your metal dice. Wisdom.
This announcement brought to you by
anyone who has ever played with metal dice or seen someone roll them on a table with a
brought to
tray
you by
and
my
just gone,
past mistakes.
just, you know, roleplay etiquette. Don't power game. Bring snacks for everyone if you're going to bring snacks. And don't use metal dice straight on a table. We're back to this now. Things going badly. Oh, that was a lot of corpses.
Woof.
All right. I was gonna say,
And
that's
how
really
are the
dark
kids
and hard
supposed to get
see.
in there? How'd they get in there? Wow, they're
Massive amounts of hand wavium.
You know what? I'll take it. Whatever.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
That was harrowing. Not clear yet. We still have to search this whole thing and find Oscar.
Hacker voice. I'm in.
To pieces.
How are we supposed to find Oscar? It's going to be like finding a needle in a giant
Whale.
whale. Why did we think this was a good idea?
I might be able to help. I can sense spikes of people's emotions, I think. It happened on Winter's ship. If I focus my aura, I can keep it up.
Okay, that's new. Maybe one of them is Oscar?
I can sort of tell where they are, but not who. They're more or less in the same area, though. Further in. I can lead. Hey, you don't have to drain yourself. I can help too. Yeah, good thinking.
Teamwork
Guys.
makes the dream work.
Well, lead the way.
Oh, buddy.
I appreciate that, like, you don't have to do everything yourself. Like, always a good reminder to have.
Yep.
And acknowledge. Oh, the baby.
Bumps and bruises. Nothing hurt worse than the loneliness in her chest.
I recognize that. The girl who fell through the world.
I shouldn't be surprised you're so familiar with fairy tales.
I've lived through my share of them.
He makes it required reading.
I thought the idea of falling through a remnant into a new world was exciting. I never understood why she was so sad when she finally made it back home. But now, it makes more sense.
She wasn't the same girl anymore.
Yeah.
I think this plan to divide might have run its course. It's time we start thinking about a way out. Not having arcane certainly limits the options, so...
No. I don't like what happens when we use magic. Every time we use it, I can feel us merging faster.
Oh, honey.
Not ready for that.
I don't blame you. Honestly, I think you're doing just fine on your own.
No. No! Not again!
Thank God
What?
Everyone, we're keeping this LZ clear for the payload. We're going to put aboard that thing. If we can't hold this line, it will continue to spit out Grim and we lose the city. Is that understood?
Is that neon?
It
Oh my
is.
god.
You wouldn't happen to know a tune for this, huh?
I don't know that anybody does.
Another wave incoming.
Kids.
Babies.
Move, move, move!
Oh.
They're just kids.
You can hash out our issues later. Right now, just kill Grim.
It's like the end of Starship Troopers.
Yeah.
Aw.
Oh, honey.
Oh, buddy.
Oh, honey.
Why did you bring me here?
We have a theory to
I've
test.
been thinking about what you said. If it's a lie, and I took that lie to Salem, the punishment would fall on my head before yours. If what you said is true, and I use the password myself, well, I don't know what happens when this thing activates. So let's see if you're bluffing.
And use up the last question.
Either way, it'll tell me what I need to know.
What are you doing?
Let's find out.
Jin,
Hey, girl, hey. Here we go.
What was in the... Oh, it paused.
Yeah,
That's what that was.
Yeah, that was a bubble popping, I think.
Why, hello again, old man. Did you have a question for me?
Actually, I think all my questions are answered now.
what are you going to do?
What Gretchen would have done.
Oh.
And that starts with getting you away from here. Both of you.
I'm going to need something before I go.
So, just to be clear, none of you have a question for me?
No, but we'll be bringing you with us.
The moment we move that thing, this place goes on high alert. Better get you out first.
But
I'll come back for it. Not like she knows the password anyway.
I was gonna say, what was watching?
Was that Tyrion? Oh,
No!
It was Nia.
An entire queen!
Uh-oh.
Oh, that's it.
sorry. It's not your fault. I'm masking and tracking at the same time.
Do you guys need a minute?
We don't know how much longer we have. Why don't you give masking a break? Give me directions and I can scout ahead.
Thanks. We should be heading straight for a while.
Well, at least you guys being friends again takes the sting out of impending doom.
Babies.
It's
Oh my
okay
God.
to be afraid, you know. You don't always have to hide it with a joke.
Glad I'm not the only one who's scared.
Of course I'm scared. Him, on the other hand, there's no fear at all. I can see it.
It's because he's dumb.
He believes we're going to get this done.
Aww.
Then I do too.
Jellyfish? Yep.
Oh, no!
I love the
The
little...
Foley. Oh, dear.
It, no joke, sounds like, the Grudge sound design. It's so good. Uh-oh.
Ah, shit.
You sure it'll be okay on his own?
I don't know. We just need to get... Wait.
Hey. Hey.
Ah, Hazel. Have you gotten what we need yet?
Wow.
The Seers. Seems we have guests. The lamp. Find them.
Saved by... Whoa, okay. Saved by the octopus?
What now?
The
Let's do what
jellyfish.
we do best. Charge blindly into danger.
Yay!
Keep moving forward, but sure. Ren, forward.
No matter what.
And Salem comes directly towards us. Oh, never mind.
Oh, boy.
Oh, kids.
How much longer for the payload?
It's approaching the LZ now.
Come on, Juan.
Make sure to stay on it, otherwise it doesn't move.
He said, come on, Juan. Because he can't pronounce Sean.
No, wait! Stop!
Oscar!
Oh, no.
I knew I sensed some weak minds nearby.
What's going on here? It's a long story.
You're gonna have to try and summarize it. Why should we trust you?
Because she's scared. Just like us.
Or maybe because I know how to get out of here. Anybody coming?
That's hilarious.
I love
that
it. I'm so happy.
Emerald's ability worked on Salem.
Yeah.
This is everyone. We're
And
gonna
also the
secure
audience.
that monster. We get the payload aboard, set a timer, and then we're out.
That's why he looked so awkward.
They might still be alive in there.
I gave them their window. We can't wait any longer.
Would you say the same thing if it was your sister inside? Are you
No,
gonna tell her what you
I wouldn't
did
have
to
let her
friends?
go. Oh, Winter.
Yes, Mary. Because that's my duty. Now you do yours.
What a good.
I mean, it'll work better with a guide, but it won't work well if they run into Grimm.
What is that?
I like that Marrow's come around.
No. Uh-oh. Oh, this seems bad.
Interesting.
Oh, this seems worse.
You really have been honing that semblance of yours.
Oh dear.
I don't like any of this at all.
Oh boy.
Whoa! I hate all of this
I love
so
it.
much.
I love it. I love
Oh
it.
my God!
Let them go!
Oh. Oh. Oh dear.
Oh
no.
I hate this too. Oh.
What did you do with the lamp?
Nothing.
It's missing. Where is it?
I didn't do anything with it.
Where is it?
Neo took it. That's amazing.
Oh my God, you're right.
How you've diminished. How you've listened yourself. And for what? These children? This ruined world?
Oh dear.
Why do you keep coming back?
Why do you? All of this endless death. Because something bad happened to you once upon a time. Nobody gets a fairy tale ending. Everything I've lost, every person I've lost is because of you.
And who is it I've taken from you, girl?
Summer Rose. My mom.
Her again?
Your Grace.
Ah, Hazel. I found our guests. This one was helping them. Take the boy back to his chamber. I have work to do
Oh.
with this one.
Yes, of course.
Neo? Hazel? Or otherwise?
I think it's Hazel because Neo
Talking.
Yeah.
No more Gretchen's boy.
Okay.
I really don't know.
Oh, he's gonna die. I
Like-
mean, I'll miss him, but goddamn.
Cheese it, guys. You gotta go.
Run!
For
Please
so many
run!
reasons.
Please just run! Like a lot!
Hazel,
Aw.
Go.
See ya, kid.
you've decided against vengeance for your sister after all this time.
I'm doing what Gretchen would have done.
It is redemption arc time! Oh dear!
Oh boy.
Oh dear!
Get him! Get him!
I mean, I'm so certain he's not gonna live through this, but oh, okay.
That looks like it hurt.
Ah! Ah!
Why are you guys not running?
Please keep running!
Run faster!
Emerald?
Aw.
Everyone out! Wait! Oscar?
She'll just come after us.
Uh-oh.
Oh, honey.
I love it. Oh. Oh boy. Oh boy. Fight?
Oh!
Do it.
Oh, I continue to dislike all of this.
Oh boy.
Episode ends. Shit. Oh man, Neo has the lamp. What is she even gonna do with that? One.
Go on, go!
Get out of there, Juan! I love it. Oh man.
So the bit I got.
I haven't realized how much of Winters was like a back support. She has not recovered.
No, she has not.
For the part that you got spoiled
The part
for.
that I got spoiled for was a screen cap of Hazel once he activated the fire dust holding on to
jeez.
Salem.
Oh.
So literally one of the last frames of the episode. Cool, cool, cool.
That's
Thanks again.
mean.
So yeah, Hazel's, I think it's safe to say he's dead.
So that redemption arc is over.
Yeah.
Just pulled it right at
You
the
know
end
what?
there.
I'm glad. We were hoping that character would have a redemption arc, and he did. And he did not deserve to make it out of this season after beating Oscar.
Yeah.
So this was, story beat wise, this was very good.
Yeah.
I just wish I hadn't been spoiled for the fact that he turned on her in
Yeah.
this particular episode. So
Yeah.
I'll just
Wow,
sit
that
here.
sucks.
I'll just sit here and sulk about it, but it is what it is.
Still, beating Salem's face open.
Oh, that was so good.
How are we getting around showing blood? Well,
Also-
she's pretty much 80% Grim by volume at this point, so we can just show a lot of Grim juice. Cool.
Also, Neo, I think like
Neo
will-
going full chameleon and just being part of the wall.
I wasn't gonna say full chameleon. I was gonna say full Cheshire cat.
Yep.
See, I know we've had a lot of discussions about Neo being kind of like Mary Poppins, what with the umbrella.
I thought they confirmed that Cheshire Cat wasn't her, though.
I have no idea.
It's been a while.
We've been doing this for a long time. But regardless, that was clearly a very Cheshire Cat-esque moment, what with her eyes literally coming out of the shadows like a cartoon.
Incredible. And the fact that
beautiful.
she was like, well, she has the password, but she can't speak. Can't or won't. That's a good point.
And just because she doesn't speak typically, that doesn't mean that she can't convey what she wants to ask.
True.
And that's not
She puts the lamp down and glares at it, and Jin pops out. So, what's up? Time for those Roadrunner signs.
No, legitimately, there are plenty of ways for her to be able to ask the question and activate the lamp. It doesn't matter. It's the question of what is she gonna do with it now that she has it. She doesn't.
That's a hell of a bargaining chip.
Exactly. She knows that she means nothing to Salem, and she knows that she means nothing to Cinder. So everybody seems to, and Emerald's going her own way now too. Mercury's flown the coop. He's off on that crazy
Mercury's
road
on
trip.
a road trip with crazy Uncle Tyrion.
So yeah, Neo, if she wants, can be a free agent again. She can use this as she has a giant target on her back if she's taking the lamp with her.
But the other thing is, Salem doesn't know she has it.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of where is it, where did it go? And her seers haven't seen Neo because camouflage? Can she just, I don't know, take off the jacket, wrap the lamp in the jacket, and then just camouflage all of it and can't see through the jacket to the lamp?
Yeah.
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
We established...
Put it under her hat!
We established earlier in this volume that Emerald's semblance works on the seers, and Ren can conceal himself from the seers, so there's no reason why Neo's abilities wouldn't also work.
And the fact that she was able to trick Salem's brain into thinking it was Hazel, even with the grabbing his arm bit.
Yeah.
Like, wow! It's full on, wow, it's not just visual, it's everything.
Yeah.
Which is awesome and terrifying.
Whew, that was good. That was good.
I just love Jen popping out like, no one's there?
Nobody.
She had to have known Neo was there.
Absolutely. So, no one has a question?
Nobody? You in the back! What?
Well, also, Summer Rose. Her again.
Oh, yeah, especially now that we know about, on our podcast, we named them Soylent and Johnny. Because of the Here's Johnny moment.
And also John Doe.
Yes, and because Soylent Hound is people. So, yeah, now that we know about Soylent and Johnny, she could absolutely have a bunch of silver-eyed people in cold, or I guess warm storage in the Grim Pits somewhere. Or even in the depths of the whale. We don't know. I love it. They use the payload, they blow open the whale, and like this walk-in freezer opens and it's just people. That would be terrible, and I would be here for it. But eventually we're gonna make it to the Dragon Continent, and I'm sure that the Grim Pits are gonna figure into this somehow, and I would be amazed if she weren't straight up storing people in there.
I do love that the Dragon Continent, like if the map really does have like north, south, east, west, like we do on our maps.
Yeah.
I haven't checked the
compass
remnant,
rose.
Yeah, I haven't checked a remnant map recently, but the Dragon Continent is off to the left-hand side. That is she is literally the Wicked Witch of the West. So that made me very happy when I came to that particular realization. It's one of those things where it's very obvious, and I was just like, oh, she really is the Wicked Witch of the West.
Just like,
because I knew she was the Wicked Witch, but I was like, north, never eat shredded wheat. Yeah!
just one of those like, wait a minute. God bless. She,
Oscar,
Yikes!
why'd you stay behind? There's a bomb coming!
And also seeing Salem in full combat and just going,
I love the regenerative Stop. I know
Oh
you
my
said her
God.
face getting caved in was too much, but I loved it. I loved it. I loved
And
it so
also
much.
just Yang and the backbreaker, and then just nope. It's like, oh my God, she's one of those like put them outside of a car sales place.
No, that's the Nucklevy.
That's true. Where do you think the inspiration came
The
from?
Nucklevy / the apathy. Yeah, they learned
I
it
will
from
laugh
her.
if the Nucklevy wasn't crafted.
Oh, yeah. No, that checks out.
That seems like one where it could have been crafted and just set free on the world.
That checks out.
Early experiments. Why the fuck not? Let's put a person in. It's not really a person. We're not quite there yet, but it's person-like. It's humanoid on a horse. Go. Be free. Randall out here like, eh. Okay.
I really enjoyed this. I really enjoyed this. I like that Emerald has made a break for it.
Yeah.
I also seeing Neon and Flint in like full actual Atlas military uniform. It makes me go, oh no.
Well, and I had this
my
whole
poor
like
babies.
we're looking at this lineup where Winter is giving essentially the plan, and I'm like, all right, all of these are NPCs except like those 3 people. Oh my God, that's Neon. Oh boy. Okay. Shit.
Yeah.
The only one of those 4 whose name I remembered right off the bat. Neon.
I remember Neon and Flint. Everybody else on their team, I'm like,
I'm gonna say there's another person with long blue hair that was also there, and I'm like, hey, it's the not an probably.
no, I don't know.
It's Funky, FNKY. The K was Neon. No.
The K was Neon?
She's Neon Cat with a K.
Ah.
So she could be either, honestly. Regardless. But it's like, we need to make you care about this giant fight between Grimm and people you know. Who are popular characters that people know? Oh yeah, these guys. And it's like, nobody has plot armor.
And we got to see them like hanging out with the kids last volume, like when they went to the club and everything like that, where it's just like, oh, aw.
But also, yeah, just seeing, Winter is in a back brace. Like,
Yep. Yeah.
that's bad.
Yup.
You don't really think about that. And then it's like, oh, that's also why the arm is fully armored. That too is a brace. Boy, at least in medical technology. Wow.
There are no sick days in Atlas.
There are no sick days in Atlas. You flay your arm, you just remove it and put on a new one. It's fine. Yikes. Toxic work culture. Okay.
That is the understatement of the year. Goodness. But yeah, no, this whole episode was really good. I liked the bit with Ren and Jean, patching things up.
And just like, hey, you don't have to do everything yourself. I can help you. And it's like, yes, good life advice. Things to remember. It's okay to ask for help.
And
Just that.
him making things right with Yang too. Like they buried the hatchet.
Yeah.
Like you don't always have to cover. You don't always have to make a joke to to hide what you're feeling, to hide your anxieties or whatever. And it's like no. That's how I process.
It's like, I don't think you understand. This is how I do. This is how I do. I did
but that was
appreciate
nice.
why did we think this was a good idea? Just that line, I don't know how it was written in the script, but my God, A+ line delivery there.
Absolutely.
Like, probably my favorite line delivery in this episode. And that's saying a lot, because this episode's had some really good lines. But that one just like, yeah, no, occasionally... Sometimes you sit there and go, yeah, these are fictional characters, we get across the information we need to, and sometimes you sit there and go, that's how people talk. That line was definitely, that's how people talk.
I'm also definitely like, as Hazel is like punching Salem repeatedly in the face, and as Oscar's getting ready to explode the room and everything like that, I'm also picturing Cinder, Iron Man soaring her way back to Monstra, holding Watts over her shoulders, and sitting here
I'm gonna get a hero's welcome.
everything's going according to plan.
Everything's coming up, Cinder. Oh God, what the fuck?
All according to cake.
It was just like...
And so yeah, I'm just picturing her going, yep. I think this
It's
is a
the Troy
turning
walking
point.
in with pizza gif.
Cinder walking in with Watts.
Cinder walking in with Watts and everything's just on fucking fire. Instead of putting out the fire with jeans, it's Hazel punching
Poor Cinder. She's like, I leave for 10 minutes and this is what happens.
See, this is why I go on unsanctioned assignments, because everything's the same when I get back. This was a sanctioned assignment, and y'all have gone to hell. What the fuck? What the fuck? I can't wait for it. And Watts just sitting there like, I can't help with any of this. I don't know what y'all want me to do here, but,
Oh, I'm just saying, Salem's gonna be pissed. And if Oscar manages to escape, that means that, and Hazel's obviously done after that explosion, but that means that she's not going to have, and with Neo gone too, she's not going to have anyone to take it out on until Cinder walks back through into the room. Oh no!
yeah, I mean, best case scenario for Hazel here, he dies.
Yes.
That is straight up and down the best case scenario here, because otherwise he is alive and in her grasp, and we've seen what she does to living people that she keeps.
Yeah, no.
He doesn't have silver eyes, but that doesn't mean you can't build something on that frame. Ah!
Yeah, no.
So yeah, best case scenario, he dies. She is incapacitated to the point where she needs time to heal, and Oscar cheeses it.
Yep.
Like, best case. Right here.
It'd be funny. As he leaves, that's exactly when Cinder's coming back in. She's like, wait a minute.
Hang on.
Hey.
Rematch of the end of Volume 3.
Oh, snap. Yeah. The Cinder Ozpin rematch. That's a rematch I never thought we were going to get.
Oh, yeah. Like, I also appreciate, I hate using magic. I can feel us fusing. Aww. And then this magic, this episode just like, heavy magic use.
Yikes.
Get the fuck out of here. Woof.
We gotta go. Oh, man.
But yeah, where's the lamp?
Also, poor Emerald, like, being held by, like, grim arms and just, like, straight up crying and being like, oh,
like,
no.
I literally don't know.
I had nothing to do with that.
Also, Salem out here like, oh, she can fool me.
Good to know. Good to
Good
know.
to know.
These
Good
are
to know.
all
Good
good
to know.
things.
Today's
Today's been a
bringing
learning
Emerald back
experience.
with them and people losing their shit. Like,
Oh.
oh, how can we trust her? I mean, you can't, but she got us out, so I guess you can. But
I mean, that's definitely a conversation that's going to happen, assuming they all make it out in one piece.
Oh, yeah.
That's definitely a conversation that's going to happen at some point.
also, I would like to come back to Ren leveled up, and I love that he's a straight up empath now. I'm here for it. I love this. Oh my god.
I also
Yes.
really like Yang calling out Salem. You know, just anytime, like, you have a villain with a tragic backstory, da-da-da-da.
Cool motive, still apocalypse.
Yeah, and that's what it is. She's like, hey, something bad happened to you once upon a time. Boo,
Fuck you.
friggity who.
I'm sorry. Why are you special? Oh, you're a princess. Cool, 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 cool.
And because of that, like, I've had to lose people. That's not fair.
Everyone I've lost has been your fault. Like, oh, and who have I taken from you? Like, bet you can't name one
My
person.
classmates, my mom, my real mom, not Raven.
Like my real mom, not that bitch. My actual mom, not the egg donor.
Yeah.
And again,
It's-
her again. Like,
It's just one of those, like, narrative...
Oh, I hate this.
There are a lot of people who, like, when a villain's tragic backstory comes out, like, all of a sudden they're like, oh, okay, like, everything they've done is completely justified. It's like, no! That's not at all the case. An explanation is not an excuse.
One of the many reasons that I actually legitimately hate the Killing Joke. Like, there's many, many reasons, and y'all can do your research as to what went on behind the scenes as to why. But, yeah, I really hate this one bad day philosophy, excusing things.
Well,
I know the
no.
Killing Joke rejected that at the end.
I was
but
gonna say.
I know that
did
the
you
story.
read?
I know the story rejected that, but I hate the fact that it brought it to pop culture as a whole, and that everyone's like, "Oh yeah,
Continue. I'm not interrupting.
that
I'm just
look,
making
though.
faces.
That look, I know what those faces mean."
Vehemently disagree. Continue.
I just kind of hate that people rally behind the Joker in general. Like,
And that's
congratulations, you've missed the point. And that a Killing Joke has become this really big, like, oh yeah, it's this. This is the definitive Batman story. This is the definitive Joker story. This is the this. Like, there's so much placed on it. And now people can use, like, oh yeah, one bad day. Like, and it's an excuse as a shorthand. So it's, again, people who miss the joke and people who idolize the Joker, but so much of it is crystallized in the Killing Joke that it's just like... And let's be real, they did Barbara dirty.
They did. I dislike...
Oracle is amazing, let's be real, but to get there, they did Barbara dirty on an in and out of character level.
I dislike those things about the Killing Joke in particular. But as you said, the story itself rejected that, so you kind of undercut your point. The story itself undercuts that idea, and the story itself also points to the idea that the narrative about the Joker's past that's being told may not actually be true either.
Oh, yeah.
Because his psyche is so broken that this is just one of many possible origins for him. So,
my point is, the story made a point, but so many people got the wrong idea from it.
And
again,
that's the story's fault?
And again, there was some hinky shit going on behind the scenes planning that story, which definitely colors it, but it's the same reason I can't look at Fight Club the same way either. Because people are like, oh yeah, this, and I'm like, you realize it's saying that all of this is a bad thing, and they're like, oh yeah, this. Stop!
See, to me,
people,
I don't want to point
people
to
ruining
the work,
shit for me.
I was gonna say, I don't want to point to the work of fiction to be like, this is bad because people misinterpreted it. That just means that people are stupid. And that's, I mean, art, people will take what they want from art.
This is true.
That's, like, to say one person's interpretation of a work, even if it's contrary to what the author says is wrong, that's not how art works. Like, you can't have somebody go, your interpretation is wrong because X, Y, and Z, because that's just not how art works. But that being said, you can take authorial intent into consideration when you are coming up with your own interpretation. And I don't know why we're talking about the Killing Joke right now and why I'm defending it.
Because one bad day. But evidently my hottest take this episode is I hate the Killing Joke and wish it didn't exist. So, here we are.
And I can't tell you you're wrong because that's not how art
just my
works.
opinion, man.
I'm sitting here going like, if anybody who like idolizes the Joker for the wrong reasons, or really any villain, has obviously missed the point and should read more.
I was gonna say, the point where you idolize the Joker is the point where you're wrong. You can love him as a villain, but the point where you idolize him is the point where it's like, okay,
my original
let's get you some help.
My original point, if you remember, was that I really liked that Yang called Salem out on her bullshit.
Yeah.
Boo friggity who.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine is imperfect, but Cool Motive Still Murder is one of the many, many good things it has given us. And I will take that and sprint with it, because it is the best way to undercut every time someone goes, oh, but he's justified in killing people because of this. And it's like, nah, slap that gif onto everything. Cool Motive, still murder.
And here's the other thing. It's okay to like a villain.
Oh, absolutely.
You just have to recognize that they are in the wrong.
And let's be real. I fucking love Felix as a villain. Let's talk a Little Red versus Blue. Felix is an amazing villain. I love him as a character. I think he's well written. I think he's well played. I think he's incredibly well executed in the story. I also think that throwing him off of a high place was just, give him the Disney villain death, man. That was the best.
Even
like,
here.
Felix is a great villain, and he deserves no sympathy, and nobody should give him any, because he's fucking awful.
And even here, in RWBY, Salem and Cinder are great villains.
Yeah! They should also be thrown off a pipe. That won't stop Cinder, mind you, or Salem, but we should still do it.
An explanation is not an excuse.
Yes!
So, yeah, that was my point. I don't know why we went on the tangent that we went on.
Because I do this. And obviously we can't have a RWBY video that's under 50 minutes. Not anymore, folks. These are marathons now.
This was fantastic.
This was such a good episode.
And
God damn, this entire season.
I mean, I'm sitting here and going like, how are we supposed to wait another week for the next one, guys?
Well, and just Salem on the scene and just watching all this happen and her anchoring everyone down, that's the moment where I'm like, anyone could die.
Yeah.
Yang mouthed off to her and I sat there and went, Yang could die right now. And I would fully 100% believe it.
Yeah.
That's wild! She's in the show name! Like, I realize that we're like, oh yeah, we've got some main characters, some people are probably a little safer than others, nobody has like plot armor, except for immortality herself, Salem, but like, nobody's safe, but I didn't realize how much I believed that until we hit, oh shit, Salem's coming up and she's ready to wreck people. And I went, oh yeah, they could all die in this moment.
When she starts flying down the hall, it's like, oh, we're in trouble.
Oh boy. Oh no. Oh dear. This is bad. Like, I legitimately was going, we could watch a character die right now, and I'd believe it. And not just like a character we've introduced this season, someone we've had from the literal get-go. Like, she could die, and I would believe it.
Yeah.
I would not be like, well, that was cheap, or she'll be back, or like, nope, villainator.
Well, and if this, I think it's safe to say that Hazel is definitely deadzo at the end of this
I'm not going to believe it until I see a body, but also, best case scenario for him is dying.
Yeah, we won't know until it's confirmed, but I'm assuming, and again, that's an assumption, and you know what they say about assumptions, it makes an ass out of you and me, but I'm assuming that Hazel is dead at the end of this episode. Like, people are, like, it's starting to happen. Like, people are starting to drop, and it's just like, named characters are starting to go down.
I mean, we had that in, like, season 3 was the point where they were like, hey, by the fucking way.
Yeah.
And we're still having consequences from that, which is good. Like, last volume was when it was like, oh, everything's gone to hell.
Well,
boy.
Even at the beginning of this volume, Ironwood killing the council member,
That's true.
Just like, yeah, no, like we're getting to the point where things are escalating and ratcheting up, and we're getting to the point where any character could die during any episode, and it's both exciting and also like, ooh.
Like I said, Hazel's 0.01% odds that he's getting out of it. Like, that would be the literal best case scenario, would be him getting out. But realistically, best case scenario for him, this kills him. Yeah. To the point where he cannot be used for anything else. Like, best case scenario, he shuffles off this mortal coil. Like, that's
a good ending to that particular character's arc, because his whole thing was revenge against Ozpin at any cost, and he ends his journey, going against Salem and allowing Oz essentially to kill him.
Mm-hmm.
So,
no more Gretchens.
Yeah.
Like, no more of this. Yeah, I know there's a lot of pushback against the redemption in death trope. I know that people get... Oh, you should have seen the discussions after the last Star Wars movie. Keep that out of the comments. We all have our opinions.
Oh, because
that's not what oh, yeah.
There's spoiler alert, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, if you haven't seen it, it's been out for how many years now? At least 2?
I just ruined it for somebody who, just like me, for Dr. Sleep, stayed spoiler-free for a year. I'm sorry. Katie, edit that out.
No. Anyway, point being, keep the Star Wars out of the comments, guys. I know it's a hot topic and I don't want to deal with it. There's been some pushback against the redemption and death trope. People talking about how sometimes it's too easy for a character, how they would much prefer to see them actually work for it, etc., etc. Yeah, in this case, I'm perfectly fine with it. Because it wasn't this last minute, well, I'm gonna do this. It was like, I'm gonna die to redeem myself. It was straight up, I am going to do my absolute best to do everything I can to stand against her. And it turns out in this moment, that's dying. Because it wasn't just, oh, split-second decision, I'm gonna do this. It's, okay, we're gonna rethink this. I trust you. I'm gonna go get your staff while you get the fuck out of here. Like, he was already working on it and he had planned to live. This wasn't a suicide run up until it became, all these kids need to be saved and I'm the only one who can do this right now.
Here's the thing. Just like with any trope, there are instances in which it's executed well and instances in which it's not executed well. And you could definitely make the argument for the last Star Wars movie that it was not executed well, and that's fine to have that opinion. I think for this particular case, I think for what we just saw, again, like you said, because he wasn't planning on it, like that was not the plan. This was a last sort of ditch effort. That was, we're backed into a corner and we don't really have any other options. I think it works. And I think it works because, like, they've set this up for several seasons. And even though we haven't gotten a ton of Hazel in that time, like, I think what we've gotten from him works. And like I said, after, like, at the beginning of the episode when they summon Jin, he's like, yeah, okay, that's everything I needed to know. Yeah, that answered that question.
It's like, oh, you were telling the truth. Which means you were probably telling the truth about, everything.
I mean, to be fair, he's right to distrust Ozpin because Ozpin is a notorious liar. Because when he comes clean to people about the nature of the threat that they're up against, they freak out like Lionheart and they turn tail and run.
They're just like, okay, well, what if I don't anymore? What if I just give up? It's like, please stop.
So he learned that it was a lot easier to just lie, and you can't... It's one of those things where it's like, I completely understand that mentality. It's not necessarily right, but I understand that mentality. And so he has every right to distrust Ozpin, but then upon seeing that Oscar was telling the truth, being like, oh, legit, I need to reassess my current situation. Good to know. Also, you're a child, and you're a child, and I don't know there's another kid in this room. At least I think Neo's young. I have no idea.
I think she's older than everyone else.
I have no idea.
I don't think she's...
I don't know. She's tiny.
I mean, I had perpetually pegged her as, like, early 20s.
Maybe.
Like, there isn't a time skip. She's still in her early 20s.
I mean, she might be in her early 20s or something like that, but, like... Emerald and Oscar are definitely still kids.
It's like, oh, y'all are still young enough to have teen in your age, so bye.
Just let's get the children out of here.
Just this moment of, oh, this is bad. And also I've been beating this child like a side of meat.
I've become the thing that I hated him for
I lived long enough to become the villain. Shit.
Yeah, because that's the whole thing, is like, he's mad at Ozpin. How many children have to die for you to accomplish your goals? As he's bashing in children's heads into the ground. Like, literally, volume 5 or whatever, he had Nora's head and was like beating her into the ground, and he's like, Ozpin, why are you making me do this? And it's just like, what's wrong with you?
It's like, hang on a minute.
So
the cognitive dissonance here is amazing.
So I like that he was finally able to realign his assessment of what was actually happening and being like, okay, yeah, no, we gotta go.
They're like, oh, I have made several mistakes, and all of them large.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
So, I think it works here.
Yeah.
But it's fine if you don't share that opinion about every instance of the
How dare you not think the same as we do?
Yeah.
How dare?
No,
Don't you know that's what happens when you watch YouTube channels? You absorb all their opinions immediately.
Like I said, every trope will have instances of it being used well and it being used poorly.
And I mean, trope just means that it's part of story structure.
Yeah.
It's a tool that can be used. And you can either use a hammer properly, or you can use it like a fucking dumbass. So...
Yeah. And, as far as tropes go, tropes are subjective in terms of whether or not you like them or not. So it's okay to not like particular tropes. Like, if this is just a trope you happen to dislike, that's fine. It's totally fine. I don't mind it in storytelling, usually.
And again, in this particular scenario, best case scenario for Hazel, he does not survive this. Best fucking case scenario, now that we know that human experimentation is not only on the table, but that it's an operating table.
I'm more worried about Oscar and Ozpin being able to cheese it. That's my concern.
And also still being separate from one another.
Exactly.
Best case scenario for them as well is that at the end of this, Oz is able to move on, and Oscar still is able to remain his own person. That's the end goal.
Yeah, ideal ending would be that both Salem and Ozpin are able to rest. That would be the ideal ending.
The gods come back so, what have you done with our fixer-upper of a planet? Oh, you did some shit. Wait, there's Faunus now? I didn't do that. Was that your idea? It was my idea. Where did you come from? Wild. Are y'all friends? They're so bad. They are terrible, terrible gods. I appreciate stories with terrible gods. Not vengeful gods, just shitty gods.
They broke the moon on their way out.
I think that was
cool.
I think it was specifically the darkness one. It was just you know what? Hits a tail light and leaves.
Pretty much.
You have a smashed tail light. Bye. Look, I've been playing a lot of Hades, so I am here for stories with shitty gods. I'm just in it to win it.
I think we should wrap it up.
Probably.
My face hurts from laughing.
Once we get to shitty gods, that's it. That's the end of the video. Oh, man. Yeah. Hell of an episode, y'all. We had so many opinions. Not all of them relevant.
But yeah, kudos, Kirby. That was wonderful. I loved it.
Damn. And Molly worked on the storyboards for this one.
Yeah, good job, Molly.
Alrighty.
I'm Megan. You guys can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at @themenguin. That's TheMenguin. If you want to see us talk about horror things, I have a YouTube channel called Silver Scream, so go check that out. I also do a Lost retrospective podcast called No Love Lost, where my co-host Will Link loves Lost, and I don't, and we talk about it.
Yeah, we just watched Willy's Wonderland, which was wild. It was our birthday, and they wanted us to have fun. So... that may or may not be up on that channel when this video goes up. Who knows? Time is weird, you guys. Time is weird.
Yeah, we do want to devote some time
we do want to talk about
that. Because, wow.
I enjoyed it. Alright, I'm Katie. You can follow me all over the social medias and on Twitch at Kiaxet. That is Kiaxet. I am also on a podcast called On The Point. It is an Overwatch and Overwatch League podcast, and it's on hiatus because the season is on hiatus. So, yes, check out the back episodes. We do all sorts of fun stuff, and keep an eye out because we will most likely be coming back when the season comes back. If you want to hear us and also our other wonderful co-hosts talk about these episodes after we've had the chance to see them more than once, and process, and theory craft, and all that fun shit, if you want a slightly more polished version of this... check out Rooster Team Radio. It is on all of your podcast feeds, your Spotifys, and your iTunes, and your whatnots. We have a Twitter, we have a TeePublic, we have a Discord server, all that fun shit. Hop in, talk about it. Good times were had by all, and it's generally spoiler-free unless you're in the spoiler channel, so people are really good about that in that discussion space, so yes.
Yeah, it wasn't the Rooster Team Discord that spoiled me.
It was a completely unrelated one, wasn't it?
It was completely unrelated.
Wild. Yeah. If you would like to support this channel, first of all, do not feel obligated. We're both working our day jobs. We're both doing just fine. But if you would like to support this channel, we have a Patreon that gets you Rooster Teeth content early. We have a Ko-fi if you want to throw a couple bucks our way. We take commissions, not requests, commissions, and supporting our sponsor supports us. So head to fredhebakes.com and use coupon code KIACookies for 20% off your entire order. All that information is down there, along with all the buttons that you should click to let the algorithm know that you like us and you want to see more of our stuff for some reason. Yes, click all those nice little buttons, especially this one. This one is good.
Like, subscribe, ding.
Like, subscribe, ding. All that fun stuff. And as always, we end with the important things. Wear a mask. Anytime you go outside, doesn't matter if it's just to get the mail, walk the dog, whatever. You cannot control what other people do. You cannot control their actions, but you can control your own. And wearing a mask protects you a little bit and protects other people a lot. And that's kind of the point. Basic human compassion here. So, wear a mask. Support your essential workers. Be kind to your essential workers. They don't get the choice to stay at home to work, so they are out here doing their best. So be very kind, be very patient. It's a rough time right now for all your essential workers. That includes your post people. Support the post office because there are still shenanigans happening, so be patient with them. Buy stamps. Support the post office. Be kind to your essential workers. Black Lives Matter. Black LGBTQIA lives matter, Black trans lives matter, Black lives matter. That has not changed, that is not going to change. Black lives matter. And thank you for voting. I know we're in like February, but still guys, like,
Thank you for
things
voting.
are getting
Be sure to
better.
Be sure to vote during the midterms as well.
Yes.
When those roll around. Like, we need to stay engaged and present and informed.
And also make sure to check out your local elections that may be happening at different times for your county, for your district, for your state, etc. Make sure you check those out. Make sure you get involved in those, because electing what you want to see at the local level actually does start feeding up into county, state, federal level. All of those things.
Contact your representatives.
Let them know what you want. Or just be like, hey, I saw that you did this thing and I approve of it. Thank you for doing this thing. Please do more like it. Positive reinforcement also works when you're contacting your representatives. Mm-hmm. So thank you for voting. Remember to vote in your local elections and in the midterms, and contact your representatives either to ask them to do things or to thank them for doing the good things that you like that they did. Yes. And I said it earlier, but if you're a Trump supporter, you can fuck off. For so many reasons, but mostly I don't have room for that malicious apathy, and I don't have room for that active malice, whichever one you subscribe to. So if you subscribe to either of those, you can unsubscribe from this channel and fuck off. Everyone else, hi, we're happy to have you here. We love you very much. So yes, take care of yourself, wear a mask, take care of each other, because that's the only way we're gonna get through this. And thank you guys for watching. Remember, we love you. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Got a whale of a tale to tell you lads.
Whale of a tale or two.